Sometimes you just sit down to play a game and relax after a long day, and next thing you know, it's morning already. I'm Z, and let's look at action RPGs that make you lose your sense of time. Watch till the end for number 1 and consider subscribing if you'd like to see more related videos. At number 5, let's start with a title that basically gave birth to the ARPG subgenre. Diablo 2 at this point in history has become a cultural monument. To many people, Diablo 2 reminds them of their childhood. Millions of people literally grew up with the game, and millions still play the title. We all know about the situation at Blizzard. But let's not talk negativity today, and let us celebrate the icon that is Diablo 2. Since its release, many titles have tried to imitate the aura of this game, but all have failed. Regardless of the old graphics, which is important to a lot of people, the game still holds a special place in our hearts, especially to us old generation gamers. But don't let it keep you from playing this game. You can easily play Diablo 2 Resurrected, which is a remaster of Diablo 2 and its expansion Lord of Destruction. Its addicting gameplay loop will get you hooked for hours at end, and you will wonder where time went. With its different classes to choose from and the ability to destroy the crowd of enemies, you are the center of the plot. You are the protagonist. Basically, if you think about it, the goal is very trivial, the destruction of the main boss. But first, you need to get to him, and you will get to destroy thousands of enemies on your way. A welcome addition to any game, I say. So what are you waiting for? Play the game already. And to the veterans, I think it's time for another run. At number 4, we have Dragon's Dogma. After the underwhelming release of Dragon's Dogma 2 on PC, I think it's time to go back until they fix the issues. Dragon's Dogma at the time of its release was not a big game. It was sort of very niche RPG title with a cult following, but in recent years it gradually became a household name among all RPG fans. I still find people who regularly play mainstream RPG titles, but they haven't heard of Dragon's Dogma franchise as a whole. But the release of the sequel was undoubtedly one of the big game events this year, and maybe it will inspire people to play the first one. Dragon's Dogma, when it came out, and still is, an unique RPG. It blended the genius creativity of Japanese developers with the European fantasy theme. At first you will feel the game is a little weird, but as you play, you will get into the world. One of the fewest games where time of the day was utilized perfectly as a gameplay mechanic. You actually have to plan your travels, because if you did not, good luck seeing 10 feet from you if you went out without a lamp at night. Its combat and vocation system creates a perfect addiction system. You will spend hours perfecting your vocation, selecting your skills and abilities in the hope of creating that perfect killing machine. You will also spend your time creating your own perfect little pawn, one that complements your playstyle. It has the best magic combat in any third-person game ever, and once you unlock the advanced vocations, good luck quitting this one. At number 3, we have Dark Souls. Okay, we get it. It's a tough game for many of us, but you can't deny the fact that it's really addictive. Despite being the hardest third-person action RPG to ever come out, don't you find yourself going back to it after every rage quit? And what do you hope? Yes, this time it will be different. This time I will have the perfect timing and the enemy won't be able to kill me. I can count in hand the amount of times I have gone back to this game that gives me anger issues, all in the hopes of being able to pull off a perfect run, complete the first game or even the whole series without dying once. Can you do it? If you have, well, let us know. What are you waiting for? This is your chance to boast. Although we have included Dark Souls 1, this can be said about all the From Software games really. They are the masters of creating these gameplay loops. The traversal and the map in Dark Souls 1 is just perfect. With many different character build possibilities, you will play these games for hours in one sitting. And the best part, once you are done with the first game, there's another 5 similar games ready for you to enjoy. Despite being a bit different, Bloodborne and Sekiro are still From Software games with the same addictive gameplay loop. So it looks like it's time to attempt another Dark Souls perfect run. For the next entry in the list, we were really conflicted. At one side we had Fallout New Vegas, and on another Mass Effect 2, and there was also Chrono Trigger, but Mass Effect 2 got the most votes. And since we are a democracy, let's go with Mass Effect 2. Personally, Mass Effect 2 was the best of the series, don't you agree? But word of caution, be prepared to lose everything to save the galaxy. You will be Commander Shepard and bring together your greatest allies and recruit the galaxy's fighting elite to continue the resistance against the invading Reapers. Your choices will matter, well, most of the time anyway, and the best part of the game is its core narrative, which will make you play the game again and again. It's a really emotional roller coaster of a game, something most of the new BioWare games seem to lack. It got the formula of a action RPG shooter nailed. You will face tougher choices than the first game and new, deadlier enemies. You will need to equip yourself with powerful new weapons. The game introduced a new inventory system plus an improved health regeneration system. You will also be tasked with the issues of intergalactic diplomacy and deal with your divisive crew members. The next time you play, you can choose a different option and see another outcome. While you fight alongside your trusted allies, you will get the chance to recruit new ones. It's these decisions that really make the game good. You can choose different options each time you play, and all the expansion packs and bundles will make you experience the game a bit more, which is good in this case. Finally, at number 1, we have Skyrim. There are hundreds of action RPGs better than Skyrim, you ask, but we'll let you play as Super Mario in a medieval fantasy setting with dragons flying about, is my answer. The mods, not the game itself, make the game super addictive. You can basically play a new game each time you install a new mod list. And when I see new videos of Skyrim mod overhauls or mod packs, the game is barely even recognizable anymore. At this point, Skyrim is a game engine. And let's be honest, when was the last time you played the actual vanilla Skyrim? I'm not talking about its 1,000 different editions. I'm talking about the base game with its vanilla UI, vanilla weather, vanilla armor and swords, and even the torches that guards carry at night. Do you remember? Most of us don't. This is a game that gave birth to another game. Yes, I'm talking about Endural. Tell me, when was the last time that happened? With the Skyblivion and Beyond Skyrim projects, we will play this game till we have grey hair, and you don't even need a total overhaul. Simple stuff like different armor or sword packs will make you play the game again. And it's not like the vanilla game is bad. There's definitely some dark hypnotic magic God Howard did with this game, but it's the community that has kept the game alive. So that's it, that's the list. What do you think? Please let us know in the comments, and we will see you soon.